driving crazy or just being rude?
Well, I have a tattoo, and then,
You have a tattoo?
yeah,
Really?
you see right here, it's brand new.
Yeah. What is it? I can't see it over here.
Well, it's kind of covered,
Uh-huh.
and it's like really peeling bad. I need to go to Walmart and get lotion.
Yeah.
I don't know, how old are you?
25.
25, so I'm 20 years older.
Okay.
But back in the 1980s, like around 84,
Mm-hmm.
there's this one movie called The Never-Ending Story.
Yes, with that.
Luck Dragon.
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay.
So you know the movie?
Uh-huh.
Well, there's the villain in the movie.
Uh-huh.
His name's Gamork.
Okay.
You see him kind of in the beginning a little, and then you see him in the Swamps of Sadness right before Falco grabs Atreyu.
Okay.
And then you see him practically at the end.
Uh-huh.
But those are the only times you really see him, so he's not really a well-known...
Villain?
Yeah, Well, he's not a well-known character throughout the movie, really, because his part's so small.
Uh-huh.
Where, like, the kid on the horse that, the horse gets sucked into the Swamps of Sadness,
Yeah.
if you remember.
Uh-huh.
And,
I haven't seen the movie. I'm aware of the movie, but
yeah.
myself, I haven't seen the movie. I know my father tried to get me into it when I was younger, but
Never could.
I never sat down. I never actually sat down to watch it. But
Well, see, I grew up on a ton of crap. But, I grew up on Dark Crystal, which is practically the Muppets.
yes, I
Jim
remember
Henson,
that
you know that one?
one. No.
You don't know the Dark Crystal?
I do know Dark Crystal. I remember watching that when I was younger.
Okay, well, you don't know Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy? Yes,
Muppets,
that's the
of course.
Muppets, yes. Okay, because some people don't know who they are, so I got to make sure. Because one time one of my coworkers at my ex-job, I used to go, woman, and she had no clue what I was talking about. I was doing animal, and she had no clue. So,
That's funny. Am I going the right?
No, you're going the right way.
Okay.
You could have gone either way. It's probably going to have you try to take the toll road. We can do the toll road or not, I have enough money, but I'd rather not spend it if need be.
We can go around it if you like. I'm just not aware of this area, so if you want to navigate me
Yeah.
where to go, yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, like I said, it'll probably have you try to jump on the 73, but we'll just bypass that.
You got it.
Yeah, because if we went the other way, we would have hit Avery. And then there's the freeway right there, but I'm in no rush.
Okay.
As long as you don't mind the drive.
No, not at all.
So,
No.
yeah, you get the crazy person in the back.
Not even.
So,
But yes, I don't know anybody who doesn't know the Muppets. Everybody knows the Muppets.
not everybody. I bring up Chewbacca, people look at me funny. And they don't know Star Wars either half of the time.
Oh man.
It depends on where you're brought up.
That's true.
Because my one friend, I don't know, you'll have to forgive me if I sound,
It's fine.
but
No judgment.
I'm not white, as you can tell. I am, but I'm not.
Uh-huh.
I got olive skin. So, yes, my ass is white, and on paper I classify my ass as white. But,
What's your nationality?
well, see, that's the thing,
Uh-huh.
is, my dad was adopted,
Okay.
and, so we don't know his nationality, could be Spanish, could be Mexican,
He's
could
North
be
like
Indian,
Okay.
because I've had Native Americans tell me I am Indian, so, if anyone knows, you think it would be another Native American,
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah.
I like your little sun thingy right there.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but beyond that, I'm English and Ukrainian, so yes, my ass is white, technically. Yes,
Yeah.
that thing saw a ghost. Yet I'm a Taurus and I'm full of shit, so go figure.
That's funny. But you were born here, right?
Oh yeah, born and raised in Cali.
Around this part, or?
Actually I grew up around here. San Juan Capistrano.
Okay.
But it's kind of funny is when my sister was born, back then the dad wasn't allowed in the hospital, depending on the hospital, I guess. And so my dad wasn't allowed to be in the room for my sister.
Interesting.
But for me, what happened was my mom had a feeling she was going to go into labor. And my dad was working down in San Clemente. He was, I guess when it used to be, not Stater Brothers, or was it Stater Brothers? I don't remember. But one grocery store down in San Clemente. And the only thing is, the hospital they had to go to was all the way in Bellflower, which is like LA.
Yeah, that's far from here.
Yeah. And so,
1 second, it's telling me to take the
yeah,
73,
like I say,
but
just go straight, dear. Just stay behind this big truck, you'll be fine.
You got it.
As long as he doesn't decide to get over. But, but by the time, my mom, her water broke when she was out in the car, goes up to the window, knocks on the door, kind of need to go to the hospital, turns around, big wet spot. And so they had to drive all the way to Bellflower. And by the time my dad got finished filling out the paperwork, his ass missed my birth. So every single time my birthday would come around, and the time, I think I was born at like 9:18 in the morning. So if he wasn't around at 9:18, I'd be, you missed my birthday again. Or you missed my birth again. I always give the man a hard time. So, but a lot of love, mind you.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. You guys really close to the family?
Well, he's not around sadly anymore. He kind of died tragically, just to say.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Well, he didn't take care of himself, and he was diabetic, and he was a stubborn ass and wouldn't wear, bracelets or necklace. And see, what happened was, first he had a stroke, and the cops didn't recognize it was a stroke because he got in a car accident off of the freeway, also down in San Clemente. Because the cones you see with the white stripes and all that with the reflector tape.
Yeah.
He actually worked for one of the companies that actually, I don't know if they invented it or what, but, his boss is pretty well known, company called Traffic Devices.
Okay.
But yeah, they're based down in San Clemente.
Okay.
But one day he was coming home from work. I guess he left work not feeling good. And he pulled off to the side, say like right here. And, well, I guess he didn't pull over far enough. And some lady hit him. And, if you just have a stroke, you have no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
You got the slurred speech, swollen tongue.
Yeah.
And you think, but supposedly back then, I don't know if it's any better now, but the cops couldn't tell the difference between a stroke and a drunk. And, he supposedly told them he had been drinking. He said he had a CC7, Canadian whiskey and 7-Up, or whatever I think it is.
So the cop himself was just confused of what?
Yeah, was going on, and so they took him to Santa Ana, and he passed out. Paramedics got there, his blood sugar was 890, and he ended up with short-term memory loss, and so after that, the way the man ate was, okay, say it's Christmas, and we get the man some turkey, some salad, mashed potatoes, gravy, some stuffing, maybe some sweet potatoes or yams, whichever you decide to put out. Turn around to get a glass of milk, turn back around and go, where the hell's the food? The man inhaled.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He used to eat normal, but after the stroke, I think he thought someone was going to steal his food, or I don't know what the deal was.
Oh, really? Wow.
But,
It was all mental then, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it really messed with him. Just like, say, we were in your car right now, he'd be playing with the lock,
Yeah.
Like, you know, in most cars, you just hit the button nowadays, you know, and it locks.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'd be telling Dad, don't touch it. It's like arguing with a 2-year-old,
Yeah.
you know.
So you become like stuck in that mentality then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Oh.
you know, there's nothing wrong with being a 2-year-old, but when you're 60, you know, it's another story,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, and what's worse is he choked on his dinner on New Year's Day, and he was in a care home. So, like, say you had a house and you had people living there, it's probably going to have you get on the toll road again.
Do I just go straight?
Yeah.
Just go straight, okay.
Yeah, we're going for a joyride. Yeah.
It's pushing us, oh man.
Yep.
Eager for us to take the toll road.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's shorter, technically, you know, get there faster. But what sucks is only one person in the home is required, or at least at that time, I don't know if it's changed any, but only one person was required to know the Heimlich. Guess what? That person wasn't home. Yeah, so he ended up choking on chicken. And that could be a bad joke. Take it as you wish.
Yeah, it's a funny term, but...
Yep. Yeah. And then, you know, the lady tried to get it out of his mouth, but by the time the paramedics got there, it was 20 minutes. And then, you know, we kept him on the air to see if he had any brain activity, which he never really had in the first place, but we won't go there.
Yeah.
No, he did.
Yeah.
But,
poor thing. Sorry for your loss. Nobody should ever
yeah,
go through
well,
that,
it's
but
part of life, you know.
That's true.
Yeah, and what's worse is, you know, we got to see them chopping off his shirt when he was choking, so we got to see all that fun stuff. And then the next day, we got to see him die. So, you know, they pulled the plug, and it took him like an hour before, you know. If you've ever seen Shrek, I don't know if it's the second or third one, where the frog dies. Because the king turns into a frog, because he was actually a frog the whole time.
Yes.
But he had wished to be a human.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever see that, you'll understand. That was practically my dad at the end. And what's worse is, on top of it, some guy right after he died came in the room and was trying to tickle his feet. It's like, you do see us crying, and you do see that the machines are shut off, don't you? The guy left hanging his head, feeling like an idiot. It's like, hello? Yeah, he's not going to respond because he's a corpse. Hello?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, it's all part of life, death.
Yeah, you know, got birth, death, got it all.
Yeah.
All the fun stuff in between, not.
That's true. This whole COVID thing happening,
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
All the people not wanting to wear their masks, and, you know, it's our right to be an asshole.
Yeah, nobody wants to be kind to one another and be, just think about your partner or whatnot, you know.
Yep. Yeah, if you have a significant other or their family, you know, because like my butthead, as I call him, you know, his mom is diabetic. So it's like, what if he gets COVID and then he gives it to his mom?
Yeah.
You know, what could happen to her?
Yeah.
You know, because she's got a compromised system.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not just you when it comes to the whole situation. You know, you got to think about other people. Like my one niece, she has respiratory issues. You know, so it's like, well, technically two of my nieces do. One's by marriage, and you know so are of course the other ones. But
You're back on track on the right?
yeah, you should be good now, as long as it's not telling you to take the toll road.
Yeah, well, myself, I had a liver transplant, so I take medication for my immune system so it wouldn't attack my new liver.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, but it's been like 12 years already since...
Well, at least you've had it for a while, so it's not something recent, but still.
Yeah. I'm hoping all of this craziness will be over. Something to put on our books that we lived through this whole COVID thing, right?
Yeah, well, you know, supposedly it was going around, they had some super virus back at Woodstock.
Really?
Yeah, it was going around to Woodstock. They happen like every 80 years or so. They have pictures like back in 1940 with one with people wearing masks.
Wow.
You know, so it's not the first time it's happened. You know, maybe this specific strain, you know, I don't know what the other ones were per se, you know.
But they're also saying like every election there's always been some sort of virus that occurs out of nowhere. Like last year, I believe it was what was not last year, but the last recap that we had.
Well, it's been like what, 4 years since he got elected?
Yeah.
Like 2016.
And also with the signals, with 3G, 5G, 4G.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. You know, that one.
It's up in the air.
Yeah.
Who's to say
Well,
that?
you know, everything these days is going to kill you. You know, sugar's going to kill you, salt's going to kill you.
They just released in the news that they're releasing onions that's full of
Salmonella.
And I mean, there's another thing that would kill us, you know.
Yeah, well,
Like,
what's not these days? Yep.
Yeah, it's never ending. You can't live.
Nope.
Be happy.
Say red meat's going to kill you, you know. Where I order mine mooing. Like, how do you want it cooked? I want it mooing.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to not live in fear, I guess. The best is
Yeah.
make it.
We all got to die somehow.
Yeah.
Might as well enjoy which time you have.
That's true, that's true.
You know, yeah, we got to take care of ourselves too. You know, I'm trying to work on that, but easier said than done.
Sure, yeah.
And you tell I'm no spring chicken here. Hey, this is the Ukrainian side. Woohoo! So you got the big bones and the big everything else.
And then your mother's side is from?
Oh yeah, well, you know, my grandma, she was the English part, and then my grandpa, which was her dad, is the Ukrainian side. And, you know, beyond that, I just say I'm ketchup. Heinz 57, I'm ketchup. Yeah, I got a mix. Don't know what the hell it is, but yeah. Ketchup.
I'd love to know my ancestors and where I came from.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, I think we might have found people that are related to us. Because we did, like, my sister, I think, did, I don't know if it was Ancestry or what she did, but I think she did one of those swabs.
Awesome, yeah.
And there's a picture of this lady who practically looks like my nephew, but as a female. And then there's another boy that looks also exactly like my nephew, but like 50, 60 plus years ago. Looks exactly replica of my nephew.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, you know, what we think happened is we think his dad was in a war. And so, you know, the mom clearly, I don't know if they were married or not, but, you know, we think he probably died in the war. Something happened to where, you know.
It doesn't give you a description of what had happened?
Well, because we found this one picture of who we think might be his dad. Mm-hmm. And then, but I think it was only like 19. And, you know, because he had the unibrow like we do, if you see my lovely unibrow. Yeah. Everyone's like, why don't you wax? You know, every time I go to get my nails done, you want wax? No. I like my unibrow. No. They want to wax everything. It's like, no, we are not Mr. Miyagi. No wax on, wax off. Oh.
Well, that's interesting, though. I love to know the history of my family.
Yeah.
Like what type of, like, if there's a little, I'm sure there's a little Spain in there somewhere.
Yeah.
My grandparents are from Mexico, and then beyond that, no idea.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. The guy I'm with, I know he's Spanish, Mexican, and French. I think I like the French part. I don't know. I haven't been to Spain. I've been to TJ. That don't technically count, so hard to say. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the most Mexico I've been in too. TJ.
Well,
Beyond that.
I went to Ensenada, but it was on the boat, and I didn't get off, so it doesn't really count.
day out though. So
Oh, yeah.
beautiful today. Not like scorching hot like the other 2 days ago.
Yeah, a little warm, but not as bad. Yeah, I know. I got a little bit of sunburn. I took one of my friends to the zoo on Sunday.
Oh, awesome. They're still open?
Oh, yeah, they were closed for a little bit, but they opened back up, you know. They have it set up, you know. Yeah, I'm sure people will lie, though, you know. They ask you, you know, if you had a fever, body aches, diarrhea,
Yeah.
all that fun stuff.
The new norm.
Yes. So, but, you know, it's like me, I have a bad back and then I have a tear in my hip. So, yeah, I got body aches, but, you know.
Not from COVID.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, if I eat anything with dairy, guess what? You know, drink Dr. Pepper, hello, prune juice. You know, guess what? You're going to end up on the toilet. So, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So, that don't mean I got COVID, maybe, but no, it's just I need to lay off the Dr. Pepper and the ranch.
Which one did you go to? The LA or Santa Ana?
No, San Diego one.
Oh, San Diego. That's even better.
Yeah.
That's even better. It's a lot of walking.
Yeah. Well, we got the electric cart, so we look like old people.
Sweet.
You know, with my back and hip, it's like, you know, no way I'm walking. It's like, oh, hell no. And then I got her one, too, because, you know, she's not as injured as me, but, you know, when she was wearing flip-flops, and if you have any type of injury, you know.
There it goes.
It's like, oh, hell no. All the people were, like, giving us, you know, thumbs up, saying, we should have thought of that. Oh.
Do you have to pay extra for that? For the...
Oh, yeah. It's $55 a person.
Oh, man.
So if you get the one without the canopy, it's like $5 or more bucks less. I don't remember the price, but yeah, it has a little thingy over you.
Yeah.
We kept getting in and hitting our heads, though, because we were wearing hats.
Oh, it's all right.
So every single time we get in, clink. Ugh.
Oh, man. What city is this? Aliso Viejo?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm from West Covina, so this is semi-new to me.
Yeah, that's where my uncle lives, or did live. I don't know if he's still over there. You off to 60?
Off the 60, yeah. Azusa. Off Azusa in the 60.
Yeah. He used to take the 5 to like the 57 to the 60.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there, done that. I used to always take my grandma there when she was alive.
Yeah. A lot of traffic.
Yeah, it can be, you know. But now with COVID, it's a little better.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely like you a lot better than the other driver.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, you know, I like the drivers that like to talk and have a sense of humor.
Yeah, same here. Or like, well, the passengers too, because it makes the ride more interesting. Like,
Yeah.
you get something to talk about. It's not awkward.
Yeah, well, you know, if you work in customer service, I feel you have to talk.
That's true.
You know, because
Definitely.
I worked in retail, and, you know, you're forced to talk. So,
That's true.
and looks like we are here because there's T-Mobile.
Alrighty then.
Okay, you take it easy,
You
dear.
too.